Next is from Ben. The subject is Vince versus Double J. What's up, K100? You've been following the Vince Russo, Jeff Jarrett beef? I stopped following Jarrett's podcast because it talks a lot but says very little. Like a politician, the only other time he was direct about anything was his work shoot with Ric Flair. I didn't care at first, but calling Russo mentally ill crossed the line with me. Is this a work? And that's Ben NG. Bro, a lot of these guys, Flair, Eric, Vince, Jeff, all these old school, bro, they just have these these beefs, and because they're on the internet, people think that they're like they think that these people they saw each other in real life, they'd have a fist fight. You know what I'm saying? It's these guys are just throwing shade at each other sometimes, so let me tell you something. I sat in a lot of booking meetings with Jeff Jarrett, Vince Russo, Dutch Mantell, and myself. And it's we can talk about things that we did, the issues we had with each other, and we can be critical of them. Okay? But if we ever get back together and we're all together, we would probably just pick it right up where we left off. I think that's what people fail to realize. So that these public beefs would be private beefs, but at the end it wouldn't be a thing where it ended any physicality or anything, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's what people want to think.
You know what surprised me, because we had Vince Russo on
last week.
Yeah. Did that show already come out?
Oh yeah, he was on the Christmas show. Yeah.
And so he said, I didn't know this. I really didn't. He said, yeah, me and Jeff haven't talked since sounds like 10 years ago, maybe.
He said 10 years, yeah.
Jeff will absolutely do that. He cut Borash off too.
Really?
Yeah, he's weird like that. He'll cut you off. He never cut me off. We still text and stuff and things, but we never had he's fired me a couple times, but we've never had a big blow up. I said you did this, and you're you know what I'm saying, like Vince and Jeff do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they're polarizing figures. They were the guys in charge. I was never in charge.
Yeah, they just need to turn the page on that, and you know what I'm saying? I
don't know if they ever will if it gets as much traction on the social media and the podcast. It's it's content now.
Yeah, but they should know better than that. They were in the game of manipulating people's emotions, and now they're being manipulated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would suspect that it's a work to lead the Starcast, but then I kind of figured I don't know him well, but I know that
the way Russo talked, it didn't sound like a work.
It's not a work.
And the thing that makes me think it definitely isn't is that the Starcast is in Australia, and I don't see Vince flying to Australia. So that throws a monkey wrench in it for me.
No, the fact that you actually think that they would be doing this to fly to Australia to make a few $100,
a few hundred, I don't know,
or a couple thousand.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I'm going to give that this.
Yeah.
And I hope you go to Australia, get kangaroo kicked in a koala in your face, and an aborigine you like Ving Rhames got in Pulp Fiction. Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!